Okay, brilliant, fantastic. I have my hands free now. I have it tied to my hoodie thing, which apparently is something that Valentine and Connor discovered. Connor and Valentine discovered. So, right. I'm obviously not going to read out anything that people in here are uncomfortable with. So I feel my way, and I'm also. I think if I actually read everything, we'd be here for a very long time. So I'm gonna try and summarize. So we start out on the 13th of February, where we were playing some State of Decay, which was really fun. It took just a little bit of context. When I was younger, I used to love games, and games became a massive trigger for really dark shit, and then a lot of insecurities, and yeah, a lot of anxiety and insecurities on top. So it took like three or so, I think, solid, like every day, solid months of work, um, which I think I did 4 or 5 months ago ish. I'm not sure. To make games not massively triggering and to have me not fucking freak out or spiral into insecurities or freeze or any of that shit. So, massive amounts of work later, I can play and enjoy games, and I very, very rarely get triggered. So, that's very cool. So, anytime I'm reading about a game I've played, I'm just all that work. So proud. Right, so I was playing some State of Decay. I timestamped some shit, which is really cool. From about 11 till about 3:30. I took like 1, 2, 3 vitamins at some point, cooked some food, took the dogs outside to throw toys around. Ooh, watch the Infinity Systems video on denying DID. Vlogged. It took me a while to watch that video because my denial kept kicking off because I was like, I'd watch it and it was really helpful, and anything that's really helpful, I'll fucking blank it, man. Like 10 minutes in, going, oh shit, I really relate. What do I relate to? What have I just watched? What is happening? And I'd have to rewind it and put it on and be like, mate. So that was a challenge, how I know it's helpful. I got through it and understood it and retained it. I can remember it now. It was very relatable. Connor came out and watched some old kids TV programs, which is cool. We cleaned the kitchen and then slept at 10. Oh shit. It's an actually relaxing day. We have those? Shit. Next day, let the dogs out, took a shit ton of vitamins. Did I started trying to do exercise as part of a morning routine because it does help to keep our chemicals feel more regulated and more less chance of, I don't know, we wake up really blended and really anxious and my head will spin out, and if I immediately usually Valentine will go and do 50 sit-ups, and I've started doing squats while the kettle boils, and I can't do push-ups for shit, he can. Knee ups, just any little thing, just to get the energy out. I think it really helps. So we started doing those in the morning. I managed to shower. I washed our face. Yeah. It's actually developing a solid morning routine at this point, which is fucking wild. I've never had a routine anything. We've started eating breakfast as well, which is a fucking unprecedented. Dude, this year has been insane for growth. We've never done breakfast. Just don't wake up hungry. Wake up with the stomach offline, hyper vigilant, anxious. fuck no if I can eat until like 3 p.m. or something. Oh, we're not normally up in the mornings either. We're like very much night owls. So this fucking work. This looks like a personal. Well, yeah, this looks like people have got their shit together. The handwriting alternates massively, so. Shit. Makeup, which takes far longer than I would like, but I accept that. And I accept that. Connor enjoyed eggs that I made, and I watched some more cartoons. Ryan was the fucking sweetest person in the whole fucking world. Bought us Valentine's Day things. We don't celebrate it. We've never celebrated it. And then last year, somebody who should not be named threw hearts all over the wall and like a million balloons for Ryan, and he was like, "Shit, we don't celebrate this. What are you doing?" And then this year he did it to us. He got like a beautiful dragon statue, which I fucking love, and this beautiful fucking ring, which I fucking love. And it's like, oh, it's gorgeous. God, I love him so much. I could cry sometimes. Shit, these are normal. We had to do some bureaucracy. Fuck, man. Ugh, that was stressful. Wait, I think just ringing my GP. I gotta get them to refer us to the Clinic of Dissociative Studies. I keep either ringing up on days when she's not in, or not being awake early enough, or not having the mental like capacity to ring. So I have not managed yet, despite trying multiple times. This time she was not in. So that was my day. Just one thing, and I'm like, oh, fucking exhausted. Got to rest all day. Vented to a friend about like we just got memories. We got memories of like some fucking betrayal, some fucking bullshit adults that were supposed to take care of us committed when we were younger, and voice noted our friend, who is awesome, and Ryan, and just like fucking yelled and like yeah, vented about it, which was difficult because expressing rage about like, I think easier for some of us than others. For me, difficult because usually my brain tends to be like, everything is my fault, because that way our adults in our lives remain safe, predictable adults, and the world looks all controllable and shit. Exhausted. Seriously exhausted that day. Next day, woke up, kept our exercises in. Yes, washing face and cleaning teeth. Amazing. Loving it. Oh, we tagged in an hour, a bit switchy. It was cool. We had like 4 people tag in and out to do the washing up. Just like one of us be like, no, I'm bored. I can't deal with this anymore. Somebody else step in and do it. That was very cool. Connor watched some more cartoons. They're kids' programs, but they're not cartoons technically. They're stop motion. Oh, and he took the dogs out to play, which is cool. I actually did some skateboard practice and vlogged it. Very happy about that. It's funny, this all sounds like so regimented. Dude. It's such a massive fucking well-oiled machine of achievement to get this. Like, it does not come easy. It does not free flow. It's like an uphill fight to do every single thing more than one day in a row, and getting them into a routine and a habit. I am so impressed that we're managing to do that. Holy fuck. then extremely exhausted, very dissociative. Reminders that we're safe. Handwriting's getting a bit blurry. Started trying to like remember to log the things we do, like notice our accomplishments and our achievements, and actively celebrate them and acknowledge them. So I'll like journal that I'm really fucking proud of all the work we've done, and even trying to have fun and do things that should be for fun is like hard to get us to engage with and to do. So I'm like logging that as we go. Logging what is hard work and what is an achievement, and stating that I am proud of us for it. Played some State of Decay again. Lost my favourite character to a fucking juggernaut. Mate, was not ready for that. But what was cool about it was like, usually we'd just like attachment disorder all over that shit, and we'd just be like, right, not playing, done, rage quit. That's it. I unattach emotionally from this game, and that's not what happened. It was very hard to remain attached, and we genuinely did grieve that character. Like, we were genuinely sad. We felt grief, and we mourned the loss, and we took time electing a new character as leader, and like, I did not underestimate one more goddamn juggernaut. So we grieved appropriately, and we learned from our costly mistake, and we remained attached to the game and played it through to completion, which I think is like fucking massive, because like usually in life we just emotionally dissociate, completely unattach, and be like, ah yes, relating and enjoying things. Caring about characters brings pain, don't do it. But I cared about every other character in that game so much too, and I feared them dying a lot, and I just took extra care. But I didn't like emotionally pull back, which is fucking effort, man. Played outside with the dogs. That that still takes a bit of overriding trauma. I still it's not so bad. I don't get like the visuals anymore, or the audio, or like the vibe that I'm there, but occasionally I still get thoughts of worries for their health, because there's been like a few traumatic instances involving the people's dogs and our dogs as well, and like there's trauma involved a lot. So engaging with them is really fucking hard, and doing it in a light-hearted, playful way, I just picture like awful shit happening to them. So that's been like a solid year of very active work. I've just got to the point where like more days than not we'll take them out into the garden and play a bit, and manage to do that. You know, they were receiving adequate care before now, because it's not like I'd neglect them, but we were not able to like do basic training or playing with them, or like engaging with them nearly as often as I'd like. We'd like manage to force ourselves maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, to go outside and play with them with toys, and every time I did it was like flashbacks, and it was shit. So like they'd get walked, and they'd get let out, and I'd scatter treats for them to find in the garden and for them to scent out, but like active playing was really fucking hard. So we're getting to the point where I'm able to do that with like, it's starting to be fun again, and I'm like looking at their cute little like massive paws as they like would do the and like try and catch the ball, and it goes under their stomach, and they're like, whoa. It's great. And it's like there's a little bit of grief and a little bit of fear, but It's becoming more manageable to lift as we do it. Managed to voice note our friends. Oh, I love it when we can do that. Vlogged, did exercise, took a million vitamins. You know, this kind of consistency is fucking mad to read about, yo. It's so... feels like such a consistent strain. I kind of want to cry every time I feel us doing it. There's some days where self-care is like so hard. Even just taking vitamins, the act of doing it is like it's a monumental battle. And we have to all step in sometimes to do it. One of us can't. Like somebody else will drag us up. We'll be like dissociating because self-care is like somehow I just made full eye contact with somebody as they passed the window, but they didn't look away, so I didn't feel like I could. Okay, that moment has passed. All right. You know, it's like a real team fucking effort just to do these things at the minute. So it's like, god damn. Seeing these written down every day, the consistency, knowing that we are fucking fighting with like every atom of our beings to do this is amazing. Slept pretty early. Logged that I was proud of us for our achievements. We had somebody come out of dormancy in the system. That was really cool, and a welcome to them. Which is wild because it's like I get blanked from like occasionally I'll remember like this fuzzy sort of dim distant way. I'll be like, wait, didn't I used to have this friend? Didn't we like know this person? Wasn't this somebody that was in our system? And it'll be gone in a blink of a second and I won't remember that I've thought it. And it's like I don't have access to even the fact that that's happened until this person wakes up and like introduces themselves again, and suddenly it all comes flooding back, like all the times that's happened, time after time, just being like, oh, I remember this person for a second, then and then and then and then, and it left every time, and then being like, I remember that we used to talk and hang out, like, holy shit, how's that entire person just like been blanked from my mind? I remember them stopping fronting, yeah, like, so that's wild, filled with like loads of emotions, gratitude, relief, happiness to see them again, grief, loss, worry what it's like for them, because it's like, yeah, the body's 27 now. What was it for most people waking up again? It was like we're having to be like, yeah, we're not 10, or like, yeah, we're not 12, and it's 27, and if there's a pandemic, there's a plague. People usually think we're joking, or they're like, right, you're wrong, this is an inner world too, and we're like, I don't know how to prove to you that this is the real world. I know it's trash. But yeah, so that's fucking wild. This handwriting is really messy. Looks like whoever was writing it was really triggered, so I can't quite make out what happened on this day. We had shit dreams about our old piano teacher who was an awesome dude, but we dreamt about him being like a dodgy, betraying bastard like so many adults we've known. He wasn't, to my knowledge, but it was just like shit, man. It's just the fear that everyone's going to be like this, I guess. Lots of pedal bikes on dark roads sort of dreams. And then Ryan being there and us feeling safe. Next day, woke up, had vitamins, had water. You know, when like adding things to habit, it's not like we started with this massive list of like all of these things. Started like a couple of months ago, I think. No, actually, we probably started when we quit smoking, which was like Valentine started when we quit smoking. I have no idea how long ago that was. I want to say like 4 months, 5 months ago. I don't know. I'd have to check. But whenever we did quit smoking, mate, we had not, we didn't have the emotional capacity to like self-regulate and self-soothe. Smoking kind of gave that to us. So it was like, oh my god, it was hell. It was all kinds of levels of hell at first. And the only way to survive it was that Valentine would just wake up and do exercise. It was just it. And if we were exhausted from exercise, a little more survivable. And that was necessity for the mornings for so long that it just became a habit. And then after like a few months of that, we were like, it's supposed to be really good for you to just wake up and have a glass of water first thing. So we're like, okay, we have so many vitamins we need to take anyway. So glass of water and a vitamin and stuff, you know. They just added that in a few months later. And then after I think a month of those two things, like fighting every fucking day to do it, even though like wake up some days and just be like, the last thing I want to do right now is exercise and drink water. It's most days. And also when trying to establish a routine and self-care, I feel like it's so unfamiliar, and it's almost like our brain tries to like it sort of seems like it rejects the notion of it. Like it does some weird trippy healing shit, because it's like some parts of us, I think, believe that we don't deserve the self-care, or that we're not worth the self-care, and communicating that we are worth that effort, that we exist as people, that we have like the right to have those things, and that we're worth fighting that goddamn hard for every day to do it, when it's debilitatingly difficult sometimes, and we all have to like have each other's back. And like the amount of times I've been like, no, I quit, and just lay on the floor. At one point Valentine just like leant up and soaked the face cloth and flopped it on my face on the floor, and I was like, okay, I'll get up and do this. But like anything to pull each other out of it, you know? It's been such a fight. And sometimes it's like our brain really going, well, no, because this isn't right. This isn't what we deserve, or we can't have this. We can't take up this space. Or like, if we deserve this and we didn't have it in places, it's like, I think there's a lot of trauma that gets realized when you start treating yourself the way you deserve to be treated. So sometimes it can be a real fight, a real battle to do self-care things. I'm really fucking impressed with us for doing it. So this is the 6th day in a row. It's nearly a week. And yeah, woke up, had water, had a vitamin, showered, got dressed, washed our face and teeth, logged everything so that I could be like, I'm so fucking proud of us for doing these things, celebrate these achievements. Voice noted our friends, same. Logged. Celebrated. Validated how fucking difficult it is to keep a routine. Did exercise. Took the dogs out. Did some makeup. Made porridge. Validated how good I look, because I mean that's the first time I've seen this. It's like a week on. That one's hard still. But wrote, I look gorgeous. Felt really awkward and really weird. Really like oofed about writing it. And I know that that's how it felt to validate all of our emotions at first. And it got easier and it got familiar. So still a work in progress of that one. our body looks and feels strong and healthy. That's an amazing, like, I know we have to pace ourselves and ourselves, our energy levels and our like health issues aren't what an able-bodied persons are. But comparing it to like when we couldn't leave our fucking bed, this is, I still kind of derealize over it sometimes. I can't quite understand how this is reality. I'm beyond words grateful. It's almost like I don't dare to believe it yet, though, you know. In case believing it makes it just be lost, I guess. Which is not a healthy practice, so I'm taking steps to try and believe that this, you know, our body did not actually crumple into ash. In fact, it started getting a little better. As long as we're careful with our diet and our vitamins and pacing ourselves and resting a lot, not doing too much, and healing carefully, it can heal. I'm going to try and believe that. Wrote, I love us. I love me. I think that's the first time that I've started writing it. Man. It's an amazing week, to be honest, even in just reading it back. It'd be interesting to watch this video because I don't really hear what I'm saying when I'm saying it, I only half hear it. So watching it back, I'll be like, whoa, fuck. That helps too, would recommend for acknowledging and celebrating things you've done, things we've done, like vlogging about it and then watching it back. I bet because like some parts of me don't see it until I watch it back. So much for like, oh, this is a month because it's like half an hour of a vlog and it's a week. But I'm going to stop there. I can fucking see why I'm exhausted all the time. Like, it's such a fight to have a stable and relaxed routine. I feel like it looks like the ship is sailing perfectly on relatively smooth tides. But below deck, inside the ship, there's just like fucking storms ransacking everything. And like everyone at every post they could be at, containing it and managing it and coping so that the ship doesn't go down and just keeps like, fucking sailing on, looking very uneventful on the outside. God damn, we do a lot. I could take a break, get something to drink, and acknowledge how fucking tired I am and how many reasons I have to be this tired and be like, God damn, yes. Do a shit ton of work. No wonder I feel like just fucking tidal waves of exhaustion every second. We hope you're all having a really good time. Minimally awful would be good too. World's rough at the minute, man. I hope you're all taking care. Much love.